In this video, I'm going to give you the ultimate free CRM setup guide for beginners to seven-figure wholesalers. I'm going to give you my complete secrets to setting up the perfect Podio account. I'm literally going to show you how to set everything up very easily, what are the right sellers apps and the best apps to use in your Podio CRM. I'm going to show you actually how to track your KPIs correctly and most importantly, easily, because trust me, us real estate wholesalers, we're not the best with KPIs and tracking the numbers. I'm going to show you actually how to automate that and really track your KPIs when it comes to your motivated sellers, and actually how to really track your campaigns and see what campaigns are actually working, what are the best ROIs you can get on your campaigns. I'm going to show you actually how to do that all in Podio. I'm actually going to give you my full customization on Podio and actually how to do it for free for the first 500 items. How to actually create a true system here. So I'm going to show you actually how in the Podio you can actually put ZILLOW automatically in your Podio for no work. You actually don't have to pull it. The link shows up there. I'm going to show you actually how to automatically pull the MAO, which is the maximal allowable offer, on every single lead that you get. So simple and easy, all the way automated, basically coded for free. Now, the coding's not even that hard in this. I'm going to show you actually how to do that, and you can actually calculate how much you want to make in your wholesale fees minus what your offers are going to be. So no more thinking about the offers. Then I'm going to customize it and show you actually how to set it up so once you start making a lot of money in real estate wholesaling for your Podio, you can actually start handing this off to a VA or actually handing it off to an acquisitions manager. Then I'm going to show you how to create the ultimate follow-up system in Podio so you never forget to follow up on a lead, and so you can always follow up with those leads. And again, I'm going to say this a million times, the fortune is in the follow-up. Then lastly, which I know nobody on YouTube has actually shown this really, I'm going to show you actually how to use Podio to your advantage, how to create the ultimate collaboration model, which is the perfect JVing structure for wholesaling with Podio. So I'm going to show you exactly how to make web forms. So other people that you know, other investors, especially on your Facebook groups and things like that, how you can actually send them your deals to JV with, and most importantly, web forms so you can actually give somebody a link and then they can send you their deals so you guys can JV and ultimately make money. Please smash that like button and subscribe, leave a comment. Helps us greatly on this channel so I can create more content like this. There's not one ultimate CRM Podio guide like this. I'm creating everything in this video, so please smash that like button again and subscribe. Now let's get into it. What we're going to do is we are going to click sign up right here. Then we're just going to put in our email address. So let me just put my stuff in so I confirm my email. So I work at, let's just say Flip with Rick, company, just do real estate, and then CRM. And then you can just answer whatever you want in here. Just keep it small. And then just go from there. Click done. So now we're in. So now it's trying to give me a tutorial. So let me just get through this really quick. Now we're into Podio here, and it looks like it gave me a project management. So that's a complete mess. So let's get out of here and let's go change this up. So let's go to all my workspaces here. Let's manage them. And let's just delete them all. Now we have a very clean slate here, so we can go here and just create a workspace. So we're going to call this one Flip with Rick Home Buyers. So we're going to make this one open. Press create. Oh, spelled home buyers wrong there. So now I'm in the workspace. We can start getting crazy with our stuff. So the first thing we want to do is go to our apps. We're going to click add app here. We're going to go to the app market. Now we're going to go all the way here to most popular. And then I just click this one, the real estate business one. And then we're going to click next. We're going to install the app pack there. Boom, now we're in. So let's go back here and let's start customizing. So right off the bat, let's go change a couple things. So we're going to go here to manage apps, and we're going to take everything off that we don't want. So we're going to get rid of communications log. Then we're going to go back here. Go back and then we're going to go back in here, manage apps. And then we're going to get rid of incoming requests next. And we're just getting all the fluff out of this. Property inspections, get out of there. And then we're not going to delete anything, but look at this. So what we have here is we have leads, contacts, closings, appointments, marketing campaigns, and offers. So what we're going to do is we're going to add one more app to this. So we're going to go to the app market. going to go to real estate. Go to here. We're going to add whiteboard. Click next here. We're going to install that one. And then we're going to add one more, which will just be our cash buyers, which is right there. Next. And then close. And now we're going to get back into our workspace here. And this is something not a lot of people know. So we're actually going to go back into settings here, manage apps. And so I like to think things from left to right, kind of like a conveyor belt. So everything's kind of all over the place here. So this is the way I personally like to do it. So this is the way I like in conveyor belts. So you can actually move these. So I like to think things from left to right. So the number one thing I like to think of when it comes to wholesaling, I think of starting from start all the way to finish. So from left to right, kind of like a conveyor belt. This is the way that my mind thinks, and this is the way that I think most people should do it. So a lot of people don't know this. You can actually switch over your apps. So let me show you from left to right. So obviously our marketing campaigns are going to be number one. So I'm in app management right now. So we're going to keep marketing campaigns all the way to the left here. We're going to leave contacts all the way to the left here just because that's all the contacts that we have. We keep that all the way left here. But starting from after that, from left to right, comes marketing. So we're going to market. After we're done with marketing, we're going to have our leads. And then from our leads, we're going to have appointments. From appointments, we want to track our offers. And then we're just going to switch here to, and then whiteboard, I just put right there. And then boom, from left to right, again, contacts stay there for me. Marketing. After marketing goes the leads, appointments, and then we get to offers. Once we get things under contract, we put them on our whiteboard. And once they are sold, we put them under closings right there. And then we have our cash buyers, which are sitting right there. So obviously cash buyers isn't part of the transaction here. So I mean, if you were thinking truly left to right, you would put cash buyers here. But I'm always adding cash buyers, and I like to keep them on the right-hand side just to add them pretty quickly. And that's sort of how I structure this. So let's actually go into the apps and customize them. So we're into marketing campaigns right now. You can make marketing campaigns as complicated and easy as you want them to be. So let's just go add a marketing campaign, a dummy campaign, and then switch up from there. So let's call this one my direct mail for December. So this is where we can kind of switch everything up here with the marketing one. So campaign ideas, I think that's kind of stupid. So we're definitely going to modify that. We're going to modify a lot of this stuff. So I'm going to click Save Marketing Campaign right here. And now we can actually get into modifying the template. So I'm just going to call it, so campaign title is good there. Right here, I'm just going to put market that we're actually doing this campaign in. And then this is category. So we do categories here. So my first one, I'm just going to use direct mail. Second, we're going to do SMS. We're going to do SMS, cold calling, bandit signs. You can get as crazy as you want with these. I mean, you can do door knocking. And let's just say we'll do radio also. We'll keep it there just in case anyone does a lot of radio ads. So that would be good there. And then campaign status, I think that's pretty good. So prospecting live ended's pretty good. Start date, end date's really good. And then I think units, this is actually pretty good, but we're going to delete that. Add in a text for units. Just because if I'm doing 12,000 postcards versus 100 bandit signs, I want to know. So I'm going to call this one units, and then when I answer it, I'll show you. And then we'll just do campaign cost. And then what we're going to add here also is we're going to add here money. And we're just going to call this one revenue generated. And then I always do it like profit. So I get $10,000 assignment fee. That's the revenue that came off of it with the campaign cost. And then this one I'm going to add here, which is going to just be, this is just going to be a number here. And I'm just going to call this one my ROI, my return on investment, because that's kind of what we really want to focus on here with our ROI, with our wholesaling business. We're going to click done here. And so it looks pretty good on that one. So my direct mail for December, let's say I'm going to do this for Palm Beach, Florida. Palm Beach County. Let's just say we're doing direct mail for Palm Beach. And then we're just going to do Palm Beach County vacant. So that's going to be market. So Palm Beach vacant ones, direct mail. right now, let's say the thing's live. We just started it this month. So that means we started December 1st. It'll end 31st. And then for units, I'm going to say we did 12,000 postcards. Let's just say this cost us $4,000. And the revenue that we generated here was around, let's say we generated $30,000 worth of assignments on that deal. Now, this is all hypothetical. So we did $30,000 there. And now this is the ROI section. So how are we going to calculate the ROI? Let's actually go to modify templates here, and let's actually show you how to do it. So this is like programming, but it's not programming at the same time. So you can just put the ROI if you want. So sometimes a lot of people just put ROI 26,000 from that, or you can actually get a lot more complicated. So if you want to get a little more complicated, you get rid of that. And we're actually just going to add a text here. And we're going to call this one ROI. And so you can leave it as a text here, so just so you can do a percentage if you wanted. So I know some people do their ROIs differently. So the ROI just can get what you want it to be. So you can do a $26,000 was our return on investment on that, but you really want to do an actual calculation. So the way we'll just calculate that is with 750% ROI. Then boom, good to go, and then closed out. Now you can get a little more creative. You can add how many deals you did, how many you didn't. I'd like to just keep it at revenue versus campaign cost, because I don't care that I did 50 deals, what the revenue and ROI is on that one. But again, if you want to do that, you just add an extra one here. Let's go here, and then you just go to number here, and then you'll just put it under revenue and just put deals. And then press done. Then you can add what kind of deals you did, how many were JV, how many weren't. We're not going to get how complicated you get, because this will be a 10-hour video, but that's sort of how you do the campaigns list on there. So boom, that one's done. And now we're going to get into leads. So leads is the most important app of the whole Podio CRM system. So let's get into it and let's dial it in perfectly. So we're going to go here is we're going to add a dummy lead. And this is what it automatically gives us. It actually gives us a lot of really good stuff. So seller, we're going to have to create a new item for the seller. And that seller's name is going to be Zach Yin. 1111 1111 1119. And then you can add their email. If you don't have an email, you don't have to put it there. And then just do seller. And then active contact, non-active, keep it active, and then save and return right here. Then we're going to click here. Should populate the actual phone number here for you. And then you can actually start putting the address. So the address here, 123, let's just do that one. And then it'll ask you who's in charge of the lead. ZILLOW link here, related marketing campaigns, things like that. Let's actually just save this lead and we can kind of play with everything here. So I actually go here to modify template here. And so the first thing we're going to go here is the ZILLOW link. It wasn't working, so I took it all out, and I'm going to copy and paste this. This is going to be right in the description below. Copy and paste it like this, and what we're actually going to do is we're going to change the field here. So where it says @ just keep getting out of that right there. Sometimes it doesn't add up, so we got to manually do it. Keep it there to address. Then where it says variable URL equals @ we're going to just get rid of there until it goes to the @ symbol there, and then boom, we're going to be at address. And that should solve the whole ZILLOW issue. So it automatically pulls up the ZILLOW for us. So we're going to click done there. We're going to add just a really quick new one really quick just to test it out. We're just going to use the same one here. Add location. I'm just going to say 988 Sam Houston Parkway. That's fine. I don't think that one has a ZILLOW. So 123 Main Street. Then we're just going to save it here. Looks like the ZILLOW link didn't pop up again, so let's just test one more. And then boom, the ZILLOW thing popped up right there. Perfect. So I just tested that one out. So let's save that one really quick. So that one should be saved in there. So let's modify the template even more. I just want to test out the ZILLOW there. So now the cool part about these apps is you can actually get as creative as you want with it. But let me show you the ones that I'm using in my business right now so you can copy me on it. So who's in charge of leads, really important. You can do the ZILLOW link. We add the related marketing campaigns. And then you go to lead status here. I like to keep it kind of like this: perspective, cold, warm, hot, and dead. That's pretty much as good as you want them. Now you can talk about how you reached them, first call or not. I'll keep it. I don't think it's that bad. So this is where you get into more stuff. You can add a million things into here. You can add nothing in here. So the one thing I do like to add on here, always put a link here. And then this link can be for a lot of things. So I'm adding 2 links here. This one's going to be my prop stream link. So, listrei.com. If you go there, listrei.com. And then this one will just be that would be just a link to the property appraiser. Keep those 2 there. Lead status. We keep going here. Now we know what the seller's ideal price is. So what's their asking price? And then what we're going to go here. And then what we're going to do after their seller's price is we're actually going to go over here to number. And we're going to use this one as repairs. How much repairs need to be done to the property? And then we're going to add one more here, which is just going to be a number. And we're going to call this one the ARV of the property. So what they want and what the ARV is completely different. Seller's price down. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So now we have what the ARV is, how much repairs it needs. What we're going to do here is we're actually going to put in a calculation. So we're going to scroll down here where it says calculation. And then we're actually going to put this one as our MAO. Now, depending on what your MAO wants to be, you can always calculate like this. So that's just going to be our max allowable offer. So that is what we're basically going to be at. And you can make that MAO as pretty simple or easy as you want. So a lot of people, depending on your market, you lose 60% of ARV minus repairs. Sometimes it's 70. I know in my market, sometimes it's all the way up to 80. Really depends if you're wholesaling, if you want to make 5,000, 8,000, 10,000, 20,000. So the MAO has to be unique to your market. So I'm not going to tell you what percentage to do. Let's say we're in the middle of Oklahoma or Kansas and we're at 60% ARV. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do this calculation. So I'm going to create a little bracket in there. I'm going to create a little parentheses in there, and I'm just going to do at. Looks like I need to save this really quick. So let's save this. So, oops. So let's get out of that. Just keep it right there for now. Click done. Then we got to get back into it. So it registers the new ones that I just did. So modify template one more time. So now we're up here, calculations. So now we're going to do parentheses at, and then ARV be right here, minus repairs. And then we're going to do parentheses there. Then we're going to do the multiplication times whatever you want. So if it's 60%, we'll do 0.6. And then we're going to click done here. And we're just going to test it out really quick. So let's say ARV is $200,000 and the repairs are $40,000. What's going to calculate is our ARV. So 160,000 multiplied by 60%. That is what our MAO is going to. And obviously you can change that to what you want. Put whatever you really want to put in there, but that's kind of what you can do with that one. So let's go back to modify templates and switch some more stuff over. Again, I'm taking my time on this because this is going to be an ultimate guide. So we're just trying to get everything done as right as possible. I could do a 10-minute video, but you're really not going to get the in-depth stuff, which you really want to do. Again, always get things done right the first time versus watching a million other videos. So we're going to go here, seller's ideal price. It's very important what your MAO is and what they actually want to sell the property for. Then you get information like the mortgage, the monthly rent, their time frame for selling, very important. You get the bedrooms, the bathrooms, the garage, the pool, property size, lot size, occupancy on there. Now, I always like to add occupancy. If you're dealing with rougher houses, you can just put like boarded up or something like that. But I like to keep vacant like there. Deal status, that's kind of where we're at on the other one. So we're actually going to delete that. And then what I like to add here also is just a date. So on date there, I'm just going to put next follow-up, because I always paranoid I'm going to miss a seller if I have to do something. So and then boom, we should be done here. So looks like we're good here. So we got me, got the phone number, looks good. Who's in charge of the lead? So if you have multiple team members, you got a VA or something, let them be in charge of it. So I'll be the one in charge of this one right now. We got the Zillow link. I can add in the prop stream link, the property appraiser link. This is going to be on my direct mail for December. And the lead status, let's just say this guy called me. He's warm. So we're going to click warm there. Yes, he gave me a first call. That's what the ARV is, repairs, MAO. And then the ideal price, let's say he needs to sell this thing for $120,000. $120,000 is what you got to sell it for, and he's got a $20,000 mortgage. And you can assume what the rent is. It doesn't have rent, you keep it there. He needs to sell within 30 days. Go from there. You know, it's a 3-2 with a garage without a pool. Then you can add all your fun stuff in there. 1,300 square feet under air. It's 0.25 acres. And then it's occupied by the owner. And then just say, hey, I'm looking to sell my property, want to get rid of it. Can you give me a call back within a week? I'm still kind of thinking things over, mulling things over. Then what I can do is say, hey, in a week, let's not do a week. Let's check it over the weekend. So we'll do that one, let's say at 10 a.m. We're actually going to go follow that guy up. And then from there, I guess you can put there. And just put that in there. I like to just keep in there. Let's change that to 10:30. 10:30. And then you do all that stuff. Then you can add a task also. So I have that in my thing here. Then let's add a task. So the task is how we're actually going to do our follow-ups here. Promised you're going to give you this killer follow-up system. So you can also add files. So let's say you actually have a property under contract. Then you can actually put the contract in there. You can actually talk about the repairs needed. Again, you can add a little section saying what the repairs are needed on there, but I usually like to keep it under comments, some of them, because I always get more and more info every time I follow up with someone. So I always leave it on the comments there. Again, if you want, just go to modify template here, and then you can just go do text right here, and then just put it as condition. Because again, the most important stuff when talking to a seller is, first of all, their price, their motivation, their time frame, and then the condition of the property. So now we have condition here. Say needs a new roof, has a new AC system, and then maybe that's all we really know about the property from now. Then we can go into there more. Then we can set the appointment, go from there, and then just get some deals. So let's say the guy told me to contact him on Friday. Next week, the way I do my acquisitions is we're not going to wait a whole week because other investors could be going after them. So I'm just going to click here, follow up, and we're just going to give them the weekend here. So that's a quick tip for you guys. Then pick a connection, say, hey, Zach, my email's on there. So maybe I'll get emailed on there. We'll make sure the due date is Monday. Say Monday at 9 a.m. I got to make sure I know this. And I'll just put follow up with Zach on selling his house. And then we're going to create task there, and that will be under my tasks. And then boom, I'm going to get reminded at 9 a.m., especially email everywhere, that I need to go talk to this guy at 9 a.m. over the weekend, see if he made a decision on selling the property or not. And then boom, we're good to go. That is literally how you do these seller apps. Then you got warm sellers, you have hot ones. You can do 1,000,000 times deal status. You can do it you can really go like crazy on all of them. So if I get out of here and I want to know what my task is, I know I have to do a follow-up at 9 a.m. So I'm going to click that one there. And then boom, I know, oh shoot, I actually got this lead. Let me go click on that lead. Okay, let me go follow up with him. Dial. Again, the way I do it, I use CallRail. So I'll just have the CallRail app on here. I'll just copy this number, copy, paste, and then call from there, or I can call my phone from there, whatever service you're really using to call. And then you can basically go from there, call the lead, get the deal. So that's how I actually do the seller section here. So let's go back in here and then appointments is pretty self-explanatory here. Let's say that guy actually wants to do an appointment with me. Now I keep this pretty easy. It's like a little calendar. I like Google Calendars, so I like to sync these up sometimes, but let's say this Zachin guy associated with this phone number here. Let's say he called me and then he said, hey, can you meet me tomorrow at 4 a.m.? hey, can you meet me tomorrow at like 4 p.m. at my house? So we'll do 4 p.m. Let's just do till 5 p.m. I'm meeting him at his house. So, 123 Main Street. And then the agenda is seller appointment. And then I can choose I can add files if I want to. So I'll just save that appointment. And then boom, I know that is my appointment. I can add everything in there, add the tasks so I don't forget if I want, attending, not attending, and go from there. You get it as complicated as possible. And then, you just have the appointment right there. Now you can view it. You can view it as a calendar. That's pretty cool too. And you can basically make it as crazy as possible. Now, I'm always paranoid, like I say before. So that's in my little calendar. I always will check that every day in my Podio if I have appointments, things like that. Also, I have a Google Calendar, so I get email notifications and notifications on my phone because I'm always on my phone, so I always get a notification. Also, and so that's basically it for the appointments. So now we're going to go into offers here. So let's say we did that appointment and the guy's ready to actually sell the property. So boom, we're good to go. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to add the offer that we did. So let's say we go in the appointment and we actually give an offer. Let's say our MA was 96. We gave an offer of 80, and let's see what happened with it. So we're going to add offer here. And with Zach in here, I offered $80,000 on the property with this contact. And let's say he said, you know what, that's fine, let's do the deal. So I accepted it. Or maybe he said 80,000 and let me think about it for a couple days. And then we'll say, hey, I need a decision. I had the appointment Tuesday, by tomorrow. So the offer deadline's there. Then maybe we can add the actual contract that we did on there. So we add the offer there. And let's say we sent the offer out and we're waiting to know what's going on with that one. Very important. And let's say we wait a day later. He says, hey, can you come back? I come back and I actually execute the property. I execute the contract and we're good to go at 80,000. So we click accepted here. Yay, we're good to go. We're actually going to upload the contract there and then we have an accepted offer. So we're in the whiteboard section. Now the offer, you can really change it if you want. I think it's pretty good right now. So we're going to go to whiteboard here. And this is the board. This is like the board of deals that we got. So on this whiteboard here, we're going to add deals that we have under contract, the ones we're working on, and then the ones that we actually have under contract with the sellers. So looks like we got a dummy one in here. So we're going to get rid of this dummy one right now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to modify the templates here. We're going to delete that, and then we're going to delete this one too. What we're going to do is we're just going to add a couple relationships on here. So boom, select apps we want to reference. We got to change this. So I'm going to reference this back to leads. Then we're going to save that one. So that means on this guy, this is actually going to be the seller that we actually got under contract. And then we're going to add another one, which we're going to add the cash buyer. So we're going to add that one through our cash buyers one. That's going to be our actual cash buyer. And then we can do a deal status in progress, under contract with seller, under contract with buyer, close deal, and then if the deal is dead. So we're just going to get rid of in progress. I don't like that. So under contract with the seller, then we're under contract with the buyer, and then the deal's closed or the deal's dead. And then boom, we're like that. So that's what we're kind of doing. Then the seller contract date we'll do there. Then the contract date set to close, and then we can add the notes if we want on there. And then the only thing I really here, which is basically a money calculation, which is just a number calculation here. What I want to do is expected profit. Expected profit. And then put expected profit there. And then before that, we can just add a couple more numbers here, which will be seller contract price and then buyer contract price. And then we can go from there. Now we can leave this blank and then go from there with the notes. So we're going to click done here. So Zach in here, we don't have any cash buyers set up right now. I'll show you a little later. Say we're under contract. We went under contract on Wednesday. And then the contract close date says we got to close on or before, let's say the 30th. And the seller contract price, we'll put the 80,000 that we got there. We don't have a buyer's contract price. Then boom, we have an expected profit from there. Now we got to change the expected profit. Now you can manually put it in yourself like you want, or we can just add a calculation. So what we're just going to do is that expected profit. Now you can leave it like that if you want. just giving you the options, but I always like to just do the calculation. So we're going to do here, we're going to go to calculation. Then we're just going to calculate the expected profit on this deal. Expected profit at buyer's contract price minus the seller contract price. That's basically what we do in wholesaling. And boom, should be. So we go here. Let's get rid of it. Let's just check it. So 80,000. Let's put 100,000 on this. And then boom. So let's actually save this whiteboard and see if we can actually check this out. So, all right. All right. So once I got out of it, I saved it. Actually goes in there. So let's do 80,000, and then the 100,000. Looks like our expected profit there is 20K, which is awesome. Add notes, tasks, things like that. Maybe I got to follow up on the whiteboard. So boom, we're on here. Now the whiteboard's going. So we have a whiteboard that's under contract with the sellers, under contract with the buyer, and then the closed deals. Then it's as simple as that. And then we got a little whiteboard going on. That's the way I like to keep track of all the deals that I'm working with. And then we can go here to closings. So let's say the closing date is actually set on that. And then we can add that one just so we can track those two. So let's say with that, so that one's actually with offer. So we're actually going to get rid of that one. We're going to remove that one. Let's just save it really quick as the dummy and then modify the template. Get rid of this one. We're actually I like to relate all these leads to the actual lead. So I can click back into the actual physical lead if I want to look at all the details of everything. So the relationship here. We're going to refer that one to the lead and save it. And we're just going to put the seller. And then we're just going to do the address here. All right, we're going to put the address one more time. Then we're going to put the closing date, the property type. Is this going to be a retail, rental, assignment? And we're just going to put the contact that we need to put on there for the actual closing. And then we're going to put the closing. Then we're going to put the closing price, and then on number, we're just going to put the actual assignment cash that we're going to get since we're wholesaling real estate here. So go to number here, and then we're just going to put assignment fee for us, and then boom, should be pretty easy. We're just going to add a closing here. So we're going to say we're going to do this. Property was for 123 Main Street. Whatever, that's fine. And then the closing date, let's say we're closing on the 31st. And property type, this is a retail one. Property type, this is a assignment. And then the contact, we'll have the contact on there. When we actually add more contacts through, closing price, let's say 100 grand. We're going to get our $20,000 of assignment fees. So boom, closing date is set. We're going to save that, and then boom, we've got that Podio set up for the closing. Now we're going to go back to contacts here, and we can add all the contacts we want. Now let's say we have a title lady, so we're going to say flip with Rick title, and then we're just going to put Rick, and then we can add his phone number, and then their email. You can put closing agent, everything you really want to put in there. An active contact, put their files, maybe their cards, and then we can go in there into the closing and then just, affect it like that. We're just going to go here. It looks like that contact's actually screwed up a little. So it's actually not on a relationship. So that's kind of what we wanted to do. So we're actually going to change the contact on that closing to relationship. And then we're just going to go here to contacts. And then boom. Closing agent, and then that should be good. Closing agent, do flip with Rick title, then boom, we should be good to go. And then we can add everything we want there, and then boom, we're good with that. And then the last one here will be cash buyers. Now cash buyers is probably one of the most important ones we actually want to do. So we have a fake cash buyer on here. So let's go into that little dummy account right there, and let's change our template that we want, especially for real estate investors. Get rid of that. Seems like a mess. So just delete there, and we're just going to add them as a. So we're actually going to go here to contacts, and then boom, should be good to go. And then we're just going to put cash buyer. That what I like to do, just give a little kind of synopsis of what's going on with them. Are they actively buying? Are they inactively buying? And so we're going to do their first name, last name, their company name, and then we're going to put some extra stuff that I like to do as a real estate investor. So we're going to add a category in. We're going to put type of cash buyer. And then we're just going to add some more stuff that's pretty important. Then we're going to put buyer vetted. And then it's going to be a yes. And there's going to be a no. And then we're just going to put that one as a red. Alrighty. So the way I mean vetted is, do they have proof of funds, everything like that? Have they done that? So we're also going to add an image here. And that image is going to be their proof of funds. And then we're also going to add here just a quick text. And we're going to put their market, area, buying market. And then we're also going to add their buying criteria. So we're going to move that over here. And then that really should be with the cash buyers. I don't really make it too complicated. I make it pretty much as simple as possible. So if I want to add one here, so we're going to add a cash buyer. And we're going to create a new item here. Let's say it's going to be John Smith buyer. That'll be his full name. 222. Then we're going to add his email, or if we don't have an email, we can just do whatever we want, 123@gmail.com. We're going to call him a buyer. We have active contact. So John Smith buyer. We're going to say he's an active buyer. John, put Smith buyer. Company, 123 Holdings. Oh, looks like I didn't do that. So let me save this really quick. Let's go change the type of cash buyer. So the ones that we actually want to deal with is I like to put them in different categories. So here are some of the categories I do. I call them slumlords. They literally just buy like 20 plus houses a year. We call them slumlords, 20 houses a year. And then the other, so that's the bottom of the total poll when it comes to our buyers. They pay the most amount of money. That's just the kind of way I look at it. Slumlords, I mean, they buy in like Section 8 and they literally just buy the roughest looking properties ever, and they buy a lot of them. Those are those type of guys. And then we got our big flipper. I like to call them that. Guys that flip 15 plus houses a year. And then we got our medium-sized flipper. And that would be a guy that maybe does 5 to 10. Maybe buys 5 to 10 houses a year. And then after that, we got the small-time flipper. Then we got the small-time guy that's going to do 1 to 3 houses a year. And then we call them the one-trick ponies. And we got the small-time flippers. Those flippers pay the most. And then we actually got guys that are just buying rentals. And then we do a rental buyer that they're actually not looking to flip. They're just looking for rentals. And lastly, we can just put an end buyer. Those are guys that are actually looking to live in the property. So we can move these around. So on the bottom of the totem pole, the slumlords, big flipper, medium-sized, and then we'll put rentals and then small time. So from top to bottom, these are the guys that'll pay the most, second most, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth most. So from top to bottom, this is the ones that will actually pay the most amount of money. I'll change some of the colors on there. And then boom. Now, slumlords, I don't know if that's a derogatory name or not, but it's just kind of the way that a lot of people talk about them. Guys that own 50 plus rental properties, all in rough areas. That's kind of what they do. And that's kind of what we call them because it's pretty easy to tell who they are. Now, it's very Florida specific on that, but let's say this guy is a small time guy. He does like 2 deals every single year and he works part-time as a lawyer, but he loves house flipping. Put there, the buyer's vetted. I can add his proof of funds in there. His buying market, it's all of South Florida. Let's say he only wants to buy in Broward County. Buying criteria is he's looking for 3 2s only, 3 2s plus, under $400,000. That's his buying criteria. And then you put his phone number there again, tasks, files like that, and then boom, we're done with the cash buyers. So we can go back in there in the actual whiteboard, show our cash buyers if we want. Let's say the guy's actually doing it. So we go here, we can add the cash buyer here. Boom, we add the cash buyer there. And boom, that's it. That's kind of how you set up the Podio over here. One last thing, let's add the web form for JVing. So we're going to go back here into leads. And this is going to be really fun. So for JVing with someone, how am I actually going to send my deal over to somebody if I'm actually going to go 50-50 with them or split it? So let's say on this certain deal, I don't have it under contract. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click share here and then share only this lead. And then I can choose an email address at gmail.com. And then I can add here, this is a deal that's blah, 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 blah. And then I'll click share. It'll actually share that lead or that deal with that certain person that we're going to put. We can actually put the notes in there, what we're actually going to do with the property, what's the split, things like that. Again, I'm assuming you vetted the person when you sent them over your deal from Podio. And then we can JV with someone like that. Maybe this is like a virtual deal you got. Now, here's the more fun part. Let's have people send deals over to me. Yes, they can share it with us and then add it into our Podio. But what if we have a guy that doesn't use Podio or he doesn't really know much about it? You got a 16-year-old kid that just wants to send you deals all day. What you can do is create a lead form, which is basically a link. Maybe you can put it on your Instagram, maybe your Facebook. Like, hey, if you got any deals, send it over. Click this link and put in your form there. And then boom, you can send me the deals and we can split it from there. So what you're going to want to do is go here, web form. We're going to click here to web form. And then this is going to be our web form that we can actually send to people. So now we can go play around here and we get really cool with it. So let's do some configurations here and let's add some of our stuff into the web form so we can actually, literally, they can put all the stuff, they can put all the info for us for free. So literally you can do all this fun stuff. So what I want to do is, what do you want your actual person sending it to you? What do you want them to add? So I think it's pretty important they add in some links for you. Obviously, I want them to put the seller information. I want them to add the address. I want them to add in a prop stream, a property appraiser stuff. I want them to put in what they think the ARV, the repairs are, and then put all the stuff in here, do condition, and then they can literally add everything they want. So this is literally what it looks like. So what we're going to do here is they can add the seller's name. They can put in the phone number. And then that's literally all we really want to do there. Then we add this. Boom, boom, boom. We can add all this fun stuff in here. So basically what they're going to do is someone clicks your link, which it's going to be right there. Seller name, add their phone number, the address, prop stream link, property appraiser link, lead status, first call, yes or no. So we're just get rid of that. We're going to have them put the ARV, the repairs, the seller's ideal price, the mortgage, the monthly rent, ideal time frame for selling, the bedrooms, baths, all that good stuff. And then they can literally just put all the stuff they want, add the condition onto there. Now that is saved, we can go here, title description, say, please fill out deal information. And something you can put on here is, please include under file tab your information and phone number. Put your contact info and phone number so we know who we should who we should split deal with. Boom. So they'll put their contact info right there under files. So this is what it'll actually look like. Fill out deal information. That'd be good to go. Theme. You can change the theme, clean, fancy, classic. That's what they all look like. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I like to just do clean. And then you just go to spam protection. You can enable that just so no one spams you. And then button, you can do submit there. After submission, thank you. We'll get to you as soon as possible. And then boom, we're good to go. So click save and share here. And then boom, what we're going to do is copy this little link. That's the link we're going to use. So let's go here and just copy and paste it and see what it says. So that is it. So let's do a test one really quick. So we're just going to put Zachary again instead. We're going to put all 8s, just so I remember that. So let's just do a Mary Sue. And then we're going to do 123 Main Avenue, Port St. Lucie, Florida, 34992 or 986. Then you put all the links if you want in there. You can also add another link if you want. Lead status, you can do whatever you want. Let's just say it's completely cold lead. My ARV here is $130,000. And then the repairs is like 10 grand. Seller's ideal price, let's say it's 160,000. Then we can put all the info in here. Don't want to waste all your times on this, so let's just say it's a 2-1. Then go from there, keep going. Then I can just attach my files and put my contact info in there. I'm not a robot. Then we're going to do the palm trees. Then boom, submit. And that's good. So it looks like we submitted it. So let's refresh here and just check if it's under leads. And then boom, look, leads are being sent really easily. So boom, got a lead there. And we can go under files here. And then that person will have a file, their contact info, so we know what to do. So you can send that link over to somebody so we know what to do from there. So we can actually JV with people. Again, just go to web form here and do that shareable link right there. So bonus tip for you guys. Let's do a quick bonus one. If you're doing SMS marketing, if you go to smszach.com using batch leads, if you're using launch control lead Sherpa, you can do a push to app feature. So if you go here, what you want to do is there's going to be an email to app. So the cool part about that, you can go with webhooks. You can go to webhooks here, and you can actually copy this right here. And then if you copy that, if you use a SMS provider, some of them actually let you do an email to app feature where you'll click push to CRM. Then that lead from the SMS, you can click that push to CRM. It'll actually push it into this Podio, so you don't have to manually switch everything over, and it's pretty cool. And then you get Globee Flow and go do all that fancy stuff. But that's it, guys. That is a complete breakdown of my 2021 Podio guide. This is going to help you so much in 2021. Again, Podio is probably going to come out with more stuff next year, so I can't wait to do another video on this. But overall, this is it, guys. This is how you can change the game in your wholesaling journey. This is an absolute free Podio CRM wholesaling guide. Thank you guys so much. Again, please smash that like button and subscribe to get more videos and content from me. I love to help people out in wholesaling real estate so much. So if you could smash that like button, subscribe, and comment below. The more comments you do, the more people that get to see this. So people don't pay thousands of dollars for gurus to show them how to do this absolute free stuff. So thank you guys so much. Stay awesome.